Am I becoming a Disney adult? Because I feel like all I do now is make videos about Disney princess dolls that American Girl is making because the factory is a turning them out. So today we're going to do like a quick reaction video to the new Playline Rapunzel doll from Disney's princess line with American Girl. And I have to be kind of quick today because it is the women's all-around final today for the Olympics. It is Thursday, August 1st, and gymnastics is probably just about as important to me as American Girl. So yeah, we're gonna do just like a really quick reaction to the new Disney Rapunzel doll that American Girl released today. And I am not on camera again today because I'm obviously doing this last minute, so I'm not camera ready today. If you want to see what my face looks like, feel free to watch one of the other like 100+ videos on my channel. But today I am behind the camera because trust me, you do not want to see what this looks like right now. Yeah, this is insane, right? Like, I bet you there are a lot of people that are not super happy right now that they have spent like what, $500-600 on the collector edition of this doll that was released a year ago, whom, if you want to have your memory refreshed, I have her open right here. So this is the original collector series version of Rapunzel that they did. I pretty much think that this was released almost exactly a year ago. And the main difference, obviously, is the edition size and the fact that this one is bedazzled. So yeah, I can't remember all of the details about it, but this doll originally retailed for like $300, and then in usual flipper fashion, they sold out within about a month. And this was part of that line that where they released Rapunzel, Jasmine, and Belle. And Jasmine is actually still available, which is so sad because she is actually my favorite one of the three. But the Rapunzel doll and Belle sold out quite quickly, I think within about a month. And now on eBay they sell for, I think, somewhere around $400 or $500. So yeah, I think there are a lot of people who probably this week bought this doll for an insane markup on eBay, and now they're looking at American Girl saying, oh, damn it, like now I can get this doll for $135. So obviously they are starting with Rapunzel as far like, well, I say starting with, I don't know that they're going to re-release all of the dolls that they made as part of their first run with the collector line, because this Rapunzel doll was the first Disney collaboration doll that they released. It was part of those original three. So I'm gonna guess that maybe what they're gonna do is test some of these dolls with a collector line, like they sort of did recently with the Frozen dolls that we just looked at like literally 2 days ago. So it's probably a good chance that we might actually get Playline versions of Anna and Elsa from Frozen, based on them basically releasing like sort of like a slightly downgraded version of the collector doll. I mean, these dolls look incredibly similar. Like I said, I would be pretty not happy if I had just purchased the really expensive one and now this one's on the website. So let's have a look at her. I think she is really, really cool. I think she's gonna sell super well. I think that Rapunzel is a pretty popular character with children, and certainly like as far as like play value goes, like the thing that I noticed like right away, like this doll is going to be so popular mainly because of hair play value. And I will say I love that her hair doesn't have like a meat hairstyle. From what I can tell, it actually comes just like unbraided, like tied up or anything, because the last line of Disney dolls that they did with the princess line, which were Tiana, Ariel, and Cinderella, they all had like their hair tied up and it was very specific looking, and a lot of times collectors were taking them down, and it required, in my opinion, a lot of styling to kind of get it to look good. So like not as much hair play value. So I feel like with this Rapunzel doll, like, I mean, hello, we have hair almost down to the ground. Like, this is going to be so fun to play with. And again, just to remind you, the price point is $135, which is the new standard for the Disney Princess line for American Girl. So this is the Playline version versus like the collector series that Anna and Elsa were released in 2 days ago, where yeah, they were $310. So yeah, I literally just spent like $620 at American Girl 2 days ago, and now they are tempting me with this doll with this long flowing Jan Brady hair. So yeah, anyway, I think that This is going to be super popular. I mean, again, I know I'm being super rambly because I'm trying to make sure I don't miss Simone when all around today. But if we look here, I mean, these dolls are incredibly similar. I'm too stupid to know how to do a side by side on a screen recording. But I mean, we've got the same color palette, very similar cut to the dress. Now we obviously have sleeves on the collector doll, whereas her bare arms are showing in this one. And we have this like peplum skirt here, which is very Golden Girls, and here we don't have that. So yeah, they're not exactly the same, but honestly a kid isn't going to know the difference. So I think this is a good move on American Girl's part. I know that there are plenty of adults that collect Disney stuff, but there are also a ton of kids that really want dolls like this, that it's just sort of out of the budget range for a lot of parents, especially parents that have like multiple kids. Imagine if you had like 3 kids that wanted a collector doll. You got to spend like $1,000 just to get them the collector dolls, whereas this is a little bit more reasonable considering the quality of American Girl dolls. This doll I think is gonna like stand the test of time as far as like Disney dolls go. Even though I haven't checked in with the Discord today, I was kind of spying on my friends chatting in Discord today, and some of them were talking about the ones of them that have kids that collect Disney dolls. They were basically talking about how like most of the playline stuff for Disney stuff is basically disposable. Like it gets like messed up easily, and those things can still be like relatively expensive. I mean, like maybe like a third of the cost of an American Girl doll. But if they get messed up, you basically just have to like donate them or throw them out. Whereas American Girl, they were making the point that you can send this to the doll hospital, and they're made super well so that you can, you can restore the doll yourself even. Like the hair grade of Kanekalon on American Girl dolls is incredible. I would say it's at least as good as it was when they were being made in West Germany at the Goetz factory, which is probably controversial to say. I know a lot of people do not want to give American Girl any credit whatsoever and basically say that everything they've done since the Pleasant Company days has been a downgrade in quality. But I really think most wigs are very, very good, and they've been able to diversify their wig line too, which I really appreciate. I just unboxed Truly Me number 127 the other day, which has amazing, amazing like textured wavy hair. So I think American Girl is actually really doing an amazing job as far as like their vinyl quality and their hair quality on these dolls. So I do think that this will be a very like high play value toy for children, again, because this is going to be so fun for kids to play with. Like all of the styling you can do, you can braid it, you can even wet it and like curl it and do things like this. Is very, very good Kanekalon hair. So this doll is like all about play value, and we can like kind of touch a little bit on the differences on the outfits, but I just feel like this doll is like hair, 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 hair. Actually, I will say I do like these shoes better than the ones that they did. I don't have a picture on there, but this Rapunzel, like the collector version, had these like silk slippers, whereas this one actually has more of like a pleather shoe. From memory, I think these are actually better shoes than the last doll got, which is pretty wild. And again, this doll has like a lot of trims on here. We are getting a really good value for $135, in my opinion. I know that's still a lot for a doll, but as I was saying before, American Girl dolls are just head and shoulders above in terms of quality against any other playline 18-inch doll. Like when we're talking like Our Generation and what's the other one? My Life As, that Walmart makes. These are far superior. Now, I haven't seen any of the like Disney made dolls that are like this size. Like I haven't seen like the is it called the I Love You or ILY? Again, I'm not like that big of a Disney person, so I'm not like super well versed in it, but I would assume the quality is not near what it is on these American Girl dolls. So yeah, I'm super tempted to get this doll, even though I probably will not, because I just spent a freaking fortune on the Frozen dolls. But I do think this doll looks great. She looks incredibly similar in the face to the last one. And I will say, I am super thrilled that they went with the original eyebrow pattern for Rapunzel, because I am not a fan, as we discussed the other day, of the eyebrows on the recent Disney princess dolls, including the collector ones. the Frozen collector ones, like the really bad, like micro braiding looking ones. These look a lot better. Now, even though the eyebrow hairs don't touch, as I lamented before, we still have like, see how these like go at different angles? We have different lengths. These look so much more natural. And of course they're going to be stylized because they're, you know, it's a doll. You know, it's not going to be an actual picture of an eyebrow. That would look insane. These look good. I actually think this is very much acceptable, and I would describe this as a good eyebrow pattern that isn't distracting or strange or like overly fake looking. So I think the eyebrows look great on this. I hope that they continue with stuff in this vein for future dolls because this looks so much better. Again, I'm not going to complain about the eyelashes. You know how I feel about it. I wish they would just do the uppers and not these crow's feet looking lowers. The freckles look okay. I think they are kind of similar to the new Create Your Own pattern, but they're not the same. It's fewer freckles than we're seeing, I think, on a lot of the newer dolls. So I don't know if this is an original freckle pattern to her, or if it's the same one potentially. You know what? It might be the same freckles as... If it's not the same, it's very similar to the collector doll. So I think they've pretty much made the collector doll almost exactly, if I had to guess, because, you know, they're not using better grade materials for... Like, the vinyl and the hair on these collector dolls is the same as the Playline dolls. It's possible that this doll could have, like, less... or like fewer hair wefts in her wig, but you know, I doubt it. Like I said, it's possible if that was a place they wanted to save some money, but overall the doll itself is going to be pretty much exactly the same as this, with maybe some very subtle variations. But all in all, like, this doll I think is going to be more or less the same as the collector version, which is why I feel like so many people are going to be complaining about you know, basically being told to spend $300 on this doll last year, and now there's one that they actually feel comfortable taking out of the box and playing with. And that's one of the things I was saying about the her like not having a meat hairstyle. You're not going to worry about like devaluing the doll by like brushing her hair or like putting it in an interesting hairstyle, because it will bounce back to the original like to its original form. Whereas here, you can never get a braid back to its factory, like, original style. You just can't. So, you know, when you've spent $300 on a doll, you're thinking, like, I don't really want to touch this thing, because if I decide to sell it in the future, you know, say, for instance, if they release a Playline version of it a year later, then it's going to have less value if I've taken the original braid out. So that's one great thing about this, is it will help kind of retain the doll's value by not having a, like, specific hairstyle, like, in the shipping box, basically. So I think they've made some really great decisions. Again, this is basically the same doll. We have the Marie Grace head sculpt, the gray eyes, this beautiful pink lip color that I love for this skin tone. Her hair is probably about the same. This website is so annoying. It keeps pulling up the menu and covering up the pictures because I'm fidgeting around with my mouse. But yeah, I think they've done a really great job. Like, these dolls, to like glance at them one after another, really kind of feel like the same doll. And like I said, it sucks for you if you've bought the collector doll and just wanted Rapunzel and don't care about Swarovski crystals. You know, I think this is a step in the right direction for American Girl. Again, I know a lot of people were complaining that the Frozen line being $310 per doll kind of precludes some, or maybe many children, from being able to get this doll and feel like they can enjoy it and play with it. And I can't remember what year Frozen came out, but it was somewhere around 2013, 2014. There aren't many people above the age of 18 that, you know, think about, that are really super duper into Frozen, because it wasn't really like a childhood movie for them. You kind of have to really be into Disney to love Frozen as, you know, somebody that's like Gen Z or older. So yeah, I think this is a good sign for children that really want Anna and Elsa dolls, because there is, I would say, a very, very good chance that this time next year, or possibly in the spring, that we're going to get Playline $135 versions of those dolls. And, you know, again, like I said, it kind of sucks for me, because I bought Elsa and Anna because I wanted the pair, but it's mainly because I wanted Anna because that doll was so cute. I really just loved the doll. Now that said, the outfit is really cool, but she probably will come out of that outfit and be dressed in other things. So if they basically release that doll in a cheaper outfit within the next year, like I basically wasted my money, right? But overall, that's a good thing. I think we have to remember that American Girl is a children's brand. I mean, they obviously market it towards girls, but you'll notice that I don't say girls, 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 girls all the time because there are children that aren't girls that love American Girl, and I feel like they should be included. I'm going to do a huge podcast episode on all of that, so we won't tear into it today because, like I said, I have gymnastics in 2 hours, so I've got to shake a leg with this video. But yeah, I went on a tangent and forgot what I was saying, but you know, I just feel like this is so great for kids, right? Like $135 is already so expensive for a doll. I'm really, really happy that we are seeing the dolls that are more on the lower end of American Girl pricing so that they are more attainable for children. And so they might be able to get them not only for a birthday or a holiday present, but you know, potentially, you know, like those little extra things, you know, like a little preschool graduation gift or something, you know, it makes it more accessible to children, which I am all for. You know, I will admit, I sometimes forget children exist because I don't particularly like children, especially children I don't know. So I'm just like, it was like jarring to me when like I open Instagram and someone like posts a picture of their kid playing with a doll. I'm like, get that kid away from the doll. It's like an American Girl doll. What are they doing? So I admittedly forget that children exist sometimes, but we do have to remember that American Girl is a line that is created for children. And while we are getting collector dolls and stuff, I think that they are trying to cater to us adult collectors more and more. We have to remember that these are dolls for children. So it's really important to have dolls that are attainable for them, that they can get, they can enjoy, and not have to worry about getting grounded for taking a factory braid out. But yeah, all that's to say is like, it's just nice that these are a little bit more accessible to children. And I think we are going to see many, many more of these. I think pretty much any decently popular Disney character we are going to see as a $135 Disney princess doll. We'll see if we see Jasmine. I have to say, I would love, love, love to see Jasmine as a Playline doll, but she's still for sale a year later, so they're probably not going to prioritize that. In my personal opinion, I wish they had gone with the Corinne head sculpt for Jasmine. That's another topic for another video, but I think people are not that into what they've done to the Sonali head sculpt. Sonali was a gorgeous doll, but they have made a lot of changes to that head sculpt that I think have made a lot of people not like her as much. That's my personal opinion. I think in person it's fine. I've seen it in person now. It's fine, but I do like the older one better. But anyway, this is not about Sonali or Jasmine. This is about Rapunzel. So we do have other like Playline accessories here. Interestingly, we did not get another outfit, which is kind of surprising to me. I'm surprised that we have this like accessory set instead of an additional outfit for Rapunzel. And I have to say, this is a little on the unremarkable side for me. I mean, especially if you're familiar with previous Pleasant Company stuff like this fake paint. Now, I know that putting real paint on here is a problem because I have seen so many of Samantha's summer set, you know, that comes with actual like gouache or watercolor paint tubes. You know, I've seen so many of those that are just covered in nasty paint. So I get that we're not like giving 6 to 8 year olds like raw paint to like paint on things with. But I don't know, this is just like a lot of plastic nothingness to me. Again, if you think about Addie's, what was this sweet potato pudding set for her Christmas story? That was an actual cast iron skillet that was like miniature. I guarantee you this is plastic, 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 miniature canvas. This bag looks like it's all right. And then like a plastic, forgive me, I have not seen this movie. I'm assuming this is an iguana. Please don't cancel me. So yeah, this accessory set is interesting. I'm assuming it has a lot of movie significance. Ooh, is this like a color change here? Oh, a color reveal faux canvas that displays Rapunzel-inspired artwork. So the painting on the canvas. Okay, I take everything back that I just said because I am going to guess. I'm such an a jump to conclusions idiot, y'all. Okay, if I had just looked at the pictures, I take it all back. I take it all back, and I'm not editing it out because TikTok gymnastics, but I kind of love this now. This actually has play value, and I'm eating every single word I just said. So I'm guessing that you just fill this up with water, dip the paintbrush in, and you can like pretend to grab the paints and paint this. This is so cool. I take it back. I take it back. This is so awesome. All right, I'm going to try not to talk manically because you can tell I'm trying to finish this video before the Olympics, but this is very cool. Like, this is smart play, I feel like, because like I said before, giving kids actual paint ends up in a disaster 100% of the time. So letting them like still have like the actual like painting process without actual paint is great. I actually love this. So this is really fun and kind of reminiscent of toys in like the 90s that would like color change and stuff. So this is very cool. I think this is super awesome. So anyway, we'll move on to the next thing that I'm actually quite excited about. I think this is very, very cool. It's her, what are they calling it? The hair accessories for 18-inch dolls. So yeah, we have like a hair play set, which I think that, again, this is incredibly brilliant. It would have been crazy if they didn't release this, but this is basically like sort of a cheapened version of what we sort of got here with her. So she has this like Swarovski crystal crown and these clip-in like flowers, like they're like faux flowers with crystals in them. We kind of have a cheaper version of that here. So we have not only like sort of like these plastic clips that you can kind of achieve a similar effect with, we have a very similar crown, which I'm going to assume is just your typical rhinestones. Yeah, these are just rhinestones. And this is what I'm saying here, like with these collector dolls, honestly, they could just like, this is not that different, right? Like if you look at this versus this, I get that it's a little crystally looking, sure, but come on, this isn't that much different. I would rather save the $100 because again, if you purchase the doll plus this, that's $175. You know, I feel like we could save $100 without the crystals. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think crystals are like that great. Who cares? They're still like fabricated. So anyway, I think this set is really great. When we're talking hair play value, I feel like this is a must purchase. Although I guess you could buy some of this stuff at like the dollar store or whatever, but this really adds so much play value to this Rapunzel doll. And I think that's why it was so smart to do this one first, as far as like a re-release of a doll character that they've already done, because they've added a major play factor with this. And I'm kind of tempted just to get it for my other dolls, because I actually secretly love these little clip-ins where you can add like a little color streak in their hair, because I got that like You Glow Girl Halloween outfit that was on sale a few weeks ago, and it came with this like magenta hairpiece. It's like just like a little streak of hair, and it's so fun to like change up an outfit by adding something like this in it. Though granted, this probably is like long as Rapunzel's hair, so it's going to be quite long. So I would imagine this is only going to really work out for a Rapunzel doll. But again, it's really, really great. I mean, this is so insane looking. Like, it's obviously a little less finessed than the original, but again, this is like play line for kids. But you can see here like how the braid is uneven on the end here. This is how you know they haven't done like a meat hairstyle and then just chopped it off at the ends, because a lot of times like you'll get like a Josefina doll and she comes with a braid from the factory, and you basically take her hair out of the braid and her hair is like 3 different lengths because it was cut after it was braided. But yeah, I think this is great because the doll is now going to look good with her hair down. But I love all these hair gems and clips. Like, this is so extra and I love it. I just think that kids are going to love this, and I think adults are going to love this too. It kind of lets you add some personality to your doll before you put her on display. So yeah, I think this is great. I think the colors are odd. You know, I think they could have done a little bit better of a job. Maybe like just picking better pinks, purples, and yellows that are a little less... Like, these aren't primary colors, but they're very, very vivid, like a primary color would be. Whereas the rest of her outfit is a little more on the pastel side, I guess. I don't know. I just would pick a little bit more subtle colors for these. But all in all, I think this is a really, really great set. This was such a smart addition to this release today because, again, I just think it adds so much play value to this doll, including this paint set. I mean, this is going to be a really, really fun interactive play doll for children. I think this is probably, if I had to guess, going to be their best seller thus far as like the mass market. This will probably be their best selling Disney doll to date. If I had to guess, I think this is going to be a slam dunk. She'll probably sell out, but they will restock her. I mean, I imagine this doll is going to be in the American Girl line for years to come. Because I feel like the Disney Princess collection, or just Disney in general, I think now is going to be a staple in the American Girl line as long as Mattel like holds the license to make officially licensed Disney products. I think the Disney line is basically going to be a staple product in the American Girl collection alongside Truly Me, the historical line, Girl of the Year. So I expect to see more of this. I think this is going to sell great. I think this is going to do amazing numbers for the holiday season. So that said, if you have a kid that wants this for Christmas, or, you know, a young kid or an adult kid that wants this for Christmas, I would probably try and get this in the first round just to be sure that it doesn't sell out. Because I could see this doll pulling a Lila like last year. She could potentially sell out for the holiday season and be difficult to get in time for Hanukkah or Christmas. So I would really think about like the timing of this if you're looking at giving it as a gift, because I do think this is going to be really popular for the holiday season. I think they did a great job. Like I said, I think that the collector line was maybe a bit of an experiment a year ago. It did super well. And this, you know, I think they're coming out swinging with stuff like this. So congratulations, American Girl. I think this is going to do great numbers for you. Like I said, I love this brand so much. I want to see it thrive, and I want it to live longer than I do so I can enjoy it my entire life. So I see stuff like this, and even though I won't personally be buying this doll because it's just not right for my collection, I think this is a great addition to the line. I think it's going to do great by the brand, and I'm so happy about it. So yeah, that's my take on the Rapunzel doll. And, you know, I might see you again in a couple of days if we have yet another Disney release, but I think it's turning out to be a really exciting late summer fall season for American Girl. I think we're going to see a lot more stuff. We still have Girl of the Year on the way, and I have a feeling that there are a couple more surprises up their sleeve for the holiday season. So I'm really excited. You know, I would assume we've got more holiday collector dolls on the way. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled on this space. Be sure you're subscribed to this channel because I talk about all the American Girl news, the good, bad, and the ugly as soon as it comes up most times. So be sure you're subscribed if you like today's video as well. Please be sure to give me a like because it helps boost my video. Also, don't forget that this channel is completely viewer supported. So if you want to help me continue to cover American Girl doll news and make ridiculous videos and do rehabs, all of that fun stuff, I can't do it without the support of all of my friends on Patreon. So please be sure to check me out on patreon.com/idreamofjohnny if you want to help support this channel. You can also support this channel by shopping at idreamofjohnny.com. I almost forgot my URL. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at idreamofjohnny. And if you want to keep hanging out, you can maybe click the video that's on your screen right now and we can keep doing this. So I hope to see you in the next video. Bye now.